right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for March Comes In Like a Lion, Season 2, Episode 22.
The finale.
The finale of Season 2.
Until we get Season 3.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. I'm not ready for this show to be over. I really enjoyed taking a journey with these characters and getting to know and love them. And now we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break from them. Yeah. Hopefully we get a Season 3.
Yes. And they ended the previous episode with like a nice callback to the very beginning of the show, which is Ray's dad. Foster dad. Yeah.
And him calling him father for first time.
Yep.
And also even showcasing the thing with the sweater being pulled over him, you know, and having it from his original dad. And Hina's gotten into the school. So they had their little celebration. There was a lot of wholesome, comedic, just wonderfulness in that.
The ant.
That whole bit there.
The ant.
The ant was
just amazing. Like that was so hilarious.
Oh my god!
I'm just gonna call her Mrs. Bennett. I think at this point, I think that fits. I think that works
for sure. For sure.
But as for what they're gonna do this episode, I don't know. Like, are they going to deal with Ray's foster family, or like, are they gonna deal with like the new school year, or
I think it will be about bridging things all the way up to the beginning of the school year.
Okay. Like
going up right up until the moment where the school year begins. Because if you think about it in terms of arcs, another school year would be that's an entirely new story. Like the whole dynamic would be so different.
Right, because Hina would be there and
with Ray participating even in the slightest at school because he knows that Hina's there and that whole thing. So there's probably going to be some Kawamotos. There's probably going to be a lot of Ray, and I would say primarily Ray focus with maybe a side of Hina and the Kawamotos in general.
Although if they did want to have Kyoko be in this episode,
that if they did, I wouldn't want it to be a long conversation, but they could. But they could. So the finale, y'all. After this episode's reaction, we'll let you know what won the poll. For the next one, so stick around for that. So guys, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, we're going to be starting the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. The other house.
Is this foster mom? Yeah, I think so.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wow. Closure. Whoa. Oh, and the dog,
Yeah.
Oh. Wow, he's smiling.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, yeah.
Oh boy.
Yep. Wow.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh man.
Oh. Yeah. Wow. Oh. As if the storm inside him has died down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. To think how Ray was in the first episode compared to now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh. Yes, that is true, but yeah, that doesn't mean they have to stop at the brick wall, though. Whoa. Whoa.
I mean, oh,
wow.
That's a cold response.
That is a cold response, yeah.
Give up on him being a professional shogi player, or give up on him as a son?
Well, no, obviously what he communicated subconsciously was that, but what he was literally trying to, you know, Whoa, yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Dang.
Yep.
Wow. This is like a painting collection recap, you know? Oh.
Sure. Yeah, she'd definitely think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably does feel like a stranger here.
Whoa.
That is beautiful.
That's real.
Yeah, that's real, and then, like, painted over looks like...
Yeah. Wow.
Just left.
Yeah. Oh.
Leaving before the others come home.
Yeah. It's almost like the dog was tearing up.
Oh.
Wow, and then this is where they go and animate everything.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that cello. That cello. Oh. Wow. The choice to have the focus here be entirely on the mother, that's something I would have never expected.
Happy. Yeah.
Wow.
That's it.
And now
that's
we
the
go
entire
into the
episode. Oh wait, oh no, yeah, this is the OP, not the ED. Yeah, that's right. Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that was good. That was really good. The fact that like Momo's thrown off balance by the cat, it's just so adorable.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
Awesome.
Dang. Oh, ちょっと待て. He's a big boy now. He's got some JoJo strength. Ah! I don't have to apologize for that. Cool.
Wow, that looks good.
Dang. Cool. Oh. He's like up and about like, ah.
Yep.
Nice. Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm the hand-eye coordinated one in this group here.
Yeah.
Nice. That transition is really powerful when you watch someone start like like rocketing like up towards it. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, then you'll get definitely noticed for sure. Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right.
Wow, look at him go.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Oh. Oh. That was so good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Nice. Ooh. Very cool. Very cool.
Nice.
Oh, Hina's just barely holding in all the emotion. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, indeed. Oh. Huh. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh. Because he'll leave early in the morning, yeah. This music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Time skip to that. All right. Ah, Akari! All right.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh, yes. Cha-ching! Wonderful. Oh. With the cherry blossoms and everything. Wow. Memories.
Yeah. And here they come. Oh.
She's accepting it?
Yeah.
Oh, Akari's just reading her mind. What a good sister.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm gonna cry.
I know. Me too.
Ah, they're hot. My eyes, they're hot. They're burning.
Okay.
Ah. Hi. Oh. Wait, what? Oh! Yes, the legendary trope. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Right. Right. Yes. Like, I'm not ready for Hina to grow up. Yes. Springtime of her life. Yeah.
Yep, she absolutely would.
Oh no! Oh no! She doesn't like it?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Akari. It does?
Oh no!
Oh, it's
no.
Momo's haircut.
Oh no!
It's Momo's haircut.
The bangs,
yeah,
like,
the bangs are so straight.
Like the sort of the bob, like that.
Yeah.
That can work real well, but
right.
But, yeah. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Ah! Oh my god!
And that's how it's ending? That's how it's ending?
There's no way. There's no way.
After...
Okay.
Okay.
There's an end credit scene.
All right. Because I was gonna say,
god!
No, I have nothing wrong with that, with that whole scene and everything. But having that be the last thing of the season, it's like,
there's over 3 minutes left. There's got to be an end credit scene. Oh my god!
Especially with how ridiculously emotional the first half was, you know.
Yeah. Classic Shaft being like, your episode structure. I
rip all girls with long hair.
Oh my god. And he runs. No. Okay, what do we got?
Yes.
Okay.
We have to see how Ray responds. And for her first day at a new school, like,
oh my god.
Oh no. Oh no.
Whoa.
The light shines from above. Now, does he actually seriously think that?
Or is she's like scared of Ray.
Yeah.
But he's too like, huh, yeah, yes. Oh, it's still going. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Whoa. This is the theme, and they were humming it. Oh. Oh.
Nice.
Sweet. Okay, and a new chapter.
Yep.
Wow. Oh. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Oh. We are officially in hiatus land.
Yep.
Yep.
And yeah, next show will be Rakugo.
Yeah.
Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju.
Yep. And now don't leave the discussions yet on early access just yet.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so in some ways the previous episode was the true finale.
Yeah, I agree.
Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's how they did season 1 as well. Because I think the last episode of season 1 was like the first, like it went into the next school year or something like that.
But with having everything here be Ray's resolution with his old foster family,
right,
and having that be a moment where he went there seemingly, I think, intentionally at a time where he knew that Kyoko and Ayumu weren't going to be there.
Yep.
And also his father, who he had that resolution with,
right,
at the shogi hall. He then goes and talks with his foster mom.
Yep.
And there's this honesty that they don't need to say out loud that is shared between the two of them, because they're aware of how
what
difficult
happened
this is.
Yep.
And how much history there is.
Right.
And yet there's this realization from the mother that
that's okay.
Well, yes, that's okay, but Ray was a good kid. And she can maybe move on because he's moved on.
Right.
But also, that all the doubts that she had about herself and how Ray seems to be this better person in the way that he not only portrayed himself through shogi, and how he succeeded in all these areas here. She's realizing that she wasn't there wasn't some grand mistake that she made over the course of this whole thing here. There were a lot of unfortunate circumstances that led to this kind of conclusion here. And the line from Ayumu that gives me chills is the one where he almost, apparently, I think the way they described it was that he had to like exclaim it out that effort is a talent, like being able to take effort, that's a talent.
Try, yeah.
And the father laughing at that, he missed like a golden opportunity.
Yep.
Because Ayumu's wrong, like 100% wrong. Being able to take effort like that, that's not a talent. That's not a talent. But the thing that the father messed up on was that when you end up getting the opportunity to showcase to someone who has hit their brick wall, yes, obviously they need other people in order to motivate them, so therefore they're going to hit a brick wall. But when they hit that brick wall, you don't need to laugh at them. You don't need to basically put them down in that regard.
The idea
you then basically realize, well, wait a minute. So, like, you're obviously not going to become a professional shogi player. That's okay. Yeah. That's okay.
Right. It's the idea that being able to give effort might not be a talent, but it is a skill. And that, okay, you're in a situation, Ayumu, where that's a skill that you haven't developed.
Yep.
That doesn't mean you can't develop it. That doesn't mean you can't. It just means you haven't.
Yep.
Right? And but because of how things went with, and granted, his decisions too, but also, the dad not really helping at all. This is how it ended up going. And what I loved about how that scene was done between Ray and the mom, is that it felt like the mom was basically reconciling that it would have been great if things had gone differently, you know? But but we're all people. We all make mistakes, and the idea that that basically everyone kind of played their part, in how things went, for good and bad. But that's not something to be blamed, right? Because, well, that sucked. But, today's a new day, right? She's with him today. And maybe there will come a point where, Ray can be in there with Ayumu and Kyoko, and it won't be some, cold living room, right?
But that's not today.
That's not today.
That's not today.
And there was an acceptance that that's not today, right? It wasn't something that was tried to be forced. Like, in a lot of ways, the trouble that there was with Ray, or one aspect of it, was that it was something that was forced upon the kids, right? Where they didn't choose for this person to come into their home, right? And then all this stuff happened because of that, because the problems weren't addressed, right? There wasn't communication. They weren't able to properly talk about what was going on. And then they all just handled it, each person separately in their own way, right?
Yeah. What happened was a pure mathematical thing. The idea that when he entered the house, he had more of a reason to go and play shogi than the others did.
Right.
He wanted to play shogi because he wanted to be like his father.
Yeah.
No, not just to play shogi. He wanted to do it because of his father's influence when he was, when he was younger. But there was this joy surrounding it there. There was this extra bit of something there. So he practiced a lot.
Yeah.
Now, he was put into a house, a family, where worth was defined by how good you were at shogi.
Yep.
That was very much championed by the father.
Right.
Therefore, the father, maybe in some ways because he had a very similar childhood to Ray, saw a lot of his own worth maybe via shogi as well. Then see someone very similar to him popping up here with this drive to put in the effort, put in the work to be good at shogi.
Right.
So then he rewards that and thus spurns the other two kids who put in a lot of effort. And in fact, it seems like they tried to renew their efforts to do as much of shogi as they could. but rather quickly realized that they were outmatched.
And the thing is that I'm fairly certain that if like it was probably brought up by the kids at some point, sure. Right? Maybe not in the best way or something, but they probably brought it up to their dad at least once. And
what brought up what?
The idea that that their worth was based on shogi.
Oh, I don't think they brought it up as kids though.
Yeah. Not that exactly, but that there would be their frustrations with how things were happening, right?
Oh, sure.
And that
sure.
And that basically the fact that the dad didn't settle their fears, right? That he didn't address them, that he didn't do all this stuff, that basically he didn't realize what he was doing, right? Because if they had asked him like specifically like, wait, do you love us less because you know we aren't as good at shogi as Ray, he would have absolutely denied it.
Yeah.
Now, in some cases, that may have actually been true.
Sure.
In some cases, it might not have. Yeah. But regardless, that's not what they felt.
Nope.
Right?
And hence, people never remember what you
say
did
or what you do
or what you say. It's always how you made them feel.
Yeah.
Which, y'all, like, that is this show in a lot of ways here.
Sure.
The entire conflict stems around miscommunication regarding feelings. And, like, it's not even really a melodramatic thing.
Well, right, because often
just a year's, or not a year's, but it is years worth of it. From Rei's perspective, from the father's perspective, from the daughter's perspective, Kyoko's perspective, from Ayuma's perspective. And that's why when Rei left, he's not going to make a communicative kind of effort regarding to it. He just kind of quietly is like, yeah, I'll slink away.
Yep.
And that's why he ends up having all the miscommunicated feelings or not communicated feelings regarding his guilt and shame regarding his actions in the whole situation, because he's a human being with perception, so he can see what his presence aided in some ways, even though it wasn't his fault necessarily.
Yeah, and even though the mom wanted to say, the thing of I've been worried about you and whatnot, the real truth of the matter is she was kind of glad he was gone.
Yep.
Right?
And because there was a lot of pain and stress and anguish that they had to deal with while he was there.
And even though it's not Rei's fault, when he's not there, they don't have to deal with it. And it makes things easier.
It does.
And that's...
Oh, that's painful.
That's painful.
Because imagine what that does to you as a person. And imagine what that does to you as a parent.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You basically are glad that your son, essentially, even though it's not your blood-related son, essentially your son, who you raised for, what, probably, like, 6 years, maybe?
Yeah, probably around there.
Maybe around there, yeah. That's essentially your son, by the way.
Right.
Then you are glad that they've gone.
Right, and that you don't speak their name after they leave. And you see all the problems and the hurt that this caused your kids that's still there.
Oh,
even though Rei's not there, right? They don't have to look at it. They don't have to shine a light on the scars and the wounds and the uglier sides that have been brought about, right? But it's still there, and the mom can still see it, and she can see how these kids probably aren't responding to their parents much anymore, right?
Oh, of course.
Because you betrayed us. You brought this this other person into the home and gave them your affections instead of us.
Right. She literally describes it as, and when my kids turned on me, I was like, oh yeah. There's
that ever-present reminder of what happened, and the fact that the mom, of course, feels responsible, right? Because it's like, well, I'm the parent. I should have been able to stop this, and she could have, right?
Yeah,
her and the dad,
probably could have done something.
All of them had things that they could have done.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
And the parents are the ones where we would expect it of them because they're older,
the most mature and
experienced and all that stuff, and it's their job. But they didn't. They were human. They
messed up.
They messed up. They they didn't do the things that would have fixed this.
But then when Ray comes back and he's got that earnest smile on his face.
Yep.
And he feels mellow. He feels calm. There's no bitterness. Like, do you remember back in episode 1, Jacob?
Yep.
When Ray is playing against his father.
Oh yeah,
and he's got this stone cold wall up against him where the father is like trying to talk about the weather and like.
Oh yeah, Ayumu and Kyoko totally miss you.
And then it's not until he leaves that he goes, liar.
Yeah. And that's like what, like 8 or 9 minutes into the episode.
Yeah.
Like, and then at the end when he thinks back on it, and he thinks back on it while he's watching the news of the son that supposedly like beat his dad to death with a hammer.
Right. He sees himself as one that punched his dad to
doing
death
that with the black tendril smoke stuff in front of his vision and whatnot. It's like, and yet here we are today.
Yeah.
And this is where Ray's at.
Yeah.
That's
character
the
development,
good stuff.
y'all.
That's the kind of stuff that gives me hope for Kyoko. As long and rough, and twisting and winding of a journey as it will no doubt be. And I mean, who knows if we'll ever actually see it animated, right?
Yeah.
But it can happen. Yeah. It can happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's really go ahead.
Nakari, anytime you think that you are not doing well enough, that your efforts, like that you're incompetent, you're not enough, you're not. You are doing great. You are helping not just Hina and Momo out, but like the effect that you have had on Ray and your whole family has had on Ray.
Yeah.
It won't just end there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, she championed that. She started that.
Yep.
All right. My final thing regarding the mother and Ray and everything like that is that there were goals that Ray and the father had with regards to shogi.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing Ray succeed in that, not because of talent, but because of basically the meta commentary on that this character struggled and fought and just barely survived on the journey towards this point is a very cathartic thing because it props up the main character in a in a cathartic way. It feels really good for him to have kind of won this big lasted basically this bloody struggle, if you will. But for another character to kind of acknowledge it after having the realization that there wasn't this, Midas touch, this, blessed by the gods of shogi or kind of thing, or any kind of special thing that is necessarily from like a mother's, like, being taught a special way. It's just that he was a good boy. And he basically survived through this whole thing. And that is the part that remained throughout the whole struggle. The part before, everything went bad. And
sure.
And as her watching him now, just sitting with Taro the dog and having this kind of quiet moment, she's just like, yeah, no, that's it.
Yep.
There's nothing special about it. It's just, you're a good boy. And it's like she's proud, but it's not a pride thing based on her efforts. It's just, I'm glad we have you in our lives. Like at least I have you in my life,
There was a part of me that was kind of worried that she was going too much into like comparison mode of like,
oh, she totally was.
And she totally was, right?
Yeah.
But the idea that,
but I think she left that
right, exactly,
at the end.
Because the fact that she would still have that aspect, that weakness, that flaw, right? That makes the journey mean something. Because nobody likes Superman, right? Like, the idea that if you don't have the struggle, the actual act of struggling, right? The idea that when you're doing something, it is not easy, right? There are parts of you that are not perfect, right? That makes it so that when you are able to do better, it means something. Nothing against you if you like Superman, but
well, that's why I dislike any kind of discussion around something being talent, meaning something that it's inborn with you or something like that. Because usually the things that are like that are such an invisible thing that you should never be able to identify it. It's something where it's something like at the very end, and you're being a sports commentator looking at, Michael Jordan, you're like, see, obviously, because of height and specific, things there, this is a talent thing, not a skill thing. And yet, like, when a child who's, dealing with a self-worth issue, not a effort versus skill issue, cries out in frustration that taking effort is a talent thing versus a versus a skill thing. Like, read between the lines. It's nothing to do with what he's actually saying, but I think that part when then the dad laughed at that.
Basically
that's
Ayumu
the
said
whole thing. That's the whole problem there.
Because Ayumu said, I feel worthless. Right?
Yeah.
Because effort is a talent. I don't have it.
Yep.
It's not a thing of I'm struggling with this, I'm not good at this.
Right.
It's I don't have that.
Yeah.
That thing that is clearly so valuable. I just don't have it. And then, and talking about it in frustration of why is it like this, right? This is
so he's basically just saying, like you said, I'm worthless.
Right.
And then his father laughed.
And then the father laughs.
Yeah.
And the thing is, not that I agree, and I don't, at all, and I don't think I would do that if I were in that situation, but I can see where the dad's mind was at.
Yep.
I can see where the dad's mind was at. Where basically he was thinking, I need to teach this boy, but the boy won't be taught. He won't let me teach him, kind of a thing, right? So he's basically blaming it on, talent or whatever, right? That's a form of him basically saying that there's nothing I can do as a way to basically I'm giving up and I'm excusing myself. I'm of the outcome because I couldn't control it, right?
Right. Which is totally untrue, but that's not what he's really saying here.
Right. It's and even if he was, what are you supposed to be as a parent? Are you supposed to be a trainer that says, well, I guess you're not cut out for it. All right, you're taking the easy way out, or should you nurture so that they can grow?
I have seen so many family dynamics where you have one kid who just clicks with a thing that the mom or the dad or just the parents are into. So it just kind of clicks with them. And for all you know, the kid is just doing that just to kind of be just to kind of get that pleasurable feedback,
reinforcement,
positive reinforcements and stuff. But the thing is, because they either did it first or they did it a little bit better or a little bit faster, a little bit smoother.
Right.
The other child has this just defeated, crushed kind of experience of, well, I'm not even gonna do anything in that whole area there.
And the parent doesn't think they're doing anything wrong because they're saying, well, I'm not punishing the child.
No.
But the lack of positive reinforcement.
Yep.
That's punishment. That's punishment. So.
Oh my God. I literally had this conversation with someone rather recently. And I have to be careful here, but I had this conversation with someone recently regarding their kid who is not that interested in like specific things or what have you, but is interested in things that they don't understand.
Sure.
And it was just like this thing of, what do we do? This is such a big problem. I was just like, how is this a problem? And they were like, well, it's not healthy. It's like, it's, basically we don't understand it. And I was just like,
right.
Who cares?
Like, well, yeah. And the thing is they're
give the same positive reinforcement about them as a person.
Yep. And the problem is that there is still a problem because when you can give positive, It's insidious because you don't think it does anything.
Right.
But when there's something where you can give positive reinforcement based on a thing that you connect with the person on, right?
Sure.
That's an easy way to do it. So yeah, of course, right? That's something that you know how to do, and you want to give positive reinforcement to your kids. So why wouldn't you?
Yep.
But then when you get into a situation where you have to give positive reinforcement and you don't have that easy solution, right? Because it's not something you understand.
Yeah.
What do? Now, normally, that's not an issue.
Right.
If you're not positively reinforcing in the other instances where you do know how to do that, right? You know, like you are able to have that connection there.
Right?
Yeah. And then suddenly your children are circus performers, you know, trying to basically earn the love of the parents, jump through the hoops. And this isn't how it's supposed to be.
It's sad because you can't really do anything about it from the outside. Like, not really. You can only basically be a Kawamoto household, essentially, and just kind of provide a soft kind of landing ground for anyone that decides to nest there, you know. But we have the rest of this episode where we have wholesome Hina Kawamoto wonderfulness, and then we have just a dramatically ridiculous haircutting trope reminder meta commentary
Mako from Kill la Kill.
Yeah, it was hilarious. And then it's just like, oh no, the haircut, it fails. It
fails hard.
And you feel for Hina. You feel so much for Hina.
I mean, the first day at a new school,
and hair, man.
Yeah.
Hair.
Well, and the thing is, like, I feel like it's a much bigger deal for girls than guys because there's guys usually, a lot of the time, don't have that long of hair. So if they get a bad haircut, it doesn't take as long for, it to be just sort of wiped away, the issue, right? Whereas she's thinking, I have to stay here for an entire semester. I have to stay home because it'll take so long for my hair to get anywhere similar to back to how it used to be.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah. I remember this adorable moment where, I don't know if I should say who it was, but basically a girl I knew, she went to color her hair after an emotionally vulnerable moment.
Yep.
And the color went off.
It didn't work.
So
yeah,
there were some people that were like, oh, like she didn't want them to see this in particular, so she had to wear a hat basically for a year or something. It was quite a long time. It wasn't a year, but it was quite.
But it was
time.
A while, yeah. And yep,
and yeah, and I felt very much I will.
And then Ray here
try to be supportive and stuff,
Well, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think he might have actually thought it was a good haircut.
I think he did too, because I don't think he knows what a good haircut is.
Yeah, either. I mean, look at his hair. I mean, come on. Yeah. So, and so him saying, "Oh yeah, it's great, it's good, it's good."
Yes, yeah. It's hilarious because,
but the thing is that
we don't know. But...
We don't know, and Hina doesn't know because the thing is that normally it would come across as you're just saying that to make me feel better, and that could actually cause even more of an issue because then they're thinking about it even this person thinks it's awful, but they aren't even able to tell me that it's awful, right? Because they don't want to hurt my feelings because they see me as being that vulnerable, right? And that whatever. But Ray might actually like it.
Yeah.
But he might not. And if he doesn't... So it takes all of her apprehension over going to school with this haircut and turns it instead to confusion.
Right.
Where she's like, he doesn't actually think that, though. But he's being so, weirdly serious about it.
And this is the thing. We had the most beautiful kind of time-stopped moment where when she comes out of the house, he has this,
Yeah.
He saw her in a new light for the first time
The
ever.
idea that I don't think any haircut could have looked bad on her for Rei in a way. If that's what they're going
right,
for.
If it was too similar, I think it wouldn't have changed much. But the fact that it was so different, it made him just kind of go,
right. Whoa. Because the thing is that it's like he doesn't see the haircut. He's seen the struggle that she's gone through and all of this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Right? He's been there, by her side throughout it.
Yeah.
So now he sees that she is strongly taking her foot forward. And maybe she didn't see a patch of ice and slipped and bit it really hard on the pavement, right? But she still confidently took that step forward, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how insightful Rei is about other people's kind of stuff and things like that.
I think he's pretty insightful.
I would say he's on the lower insightful side of things because he's had so much stuff within himself. If anything, he's hypersensitive to people's feelings. But I think in terms of the under the radar kind of stuff, like the meta knowledge that Akari brings in because she's like, oh, I've been there. Like when Akari and the ant had that discussion, Jacob and I went there in our minds immediately once we knew that Hina wanted a haircut. We were like, okay. Yeah. But then Akari spells it out for the viewer.
And does the whole thing of imagining Hina with black hair now and poetry prose, coming in on the sides.
And the end was like, don't you dare say any of that to Hina.
she'll die from embarrassment.
Yeah, she'll pass out from embarrassment. Yeah. Oh my god.
And she would have.
She probably would have. Yeah.
But
yeah, I think that Rei is a little bit in the simpler kind of category where he's of course intelligent and insightful, but he's not necessarily thinking about it from that deep of a level for her. He's maybe thinking about this as something that, oh, this is someone I really care about, and they just changed a part of themselves.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. And
maybe,
and I know
something of my perception now has been heightened, or something about them. I like this. This is, anyways, it was a positive experience for him because I don't think he saw in the visual storytelling aspect. They didn't seem to show the underside of the fact that she's dealing with the loss of a good friend and moving on with it from this perspective. He didn't flash back to Takahashi or anything like that.
Well, and even with how Hina was drawn when Rei was looking at her, the hair looked a lot better.
It did.
It looked a lot better. It didn't have
animated and
flowy. Right. It was animated and flowy. It didn't have that straight bang cut and whatnot.
Man, we should tell some really funny bad haircut stories.
Oh, okay. So
make them quick.
So you've got a bad one, but I don't think yours can top.
Probably not.
Mine.
No.
So there was a point I hated getting my hair cut as a kid, and I didn't really look in the mirror much because I was just whatever. Right.
How old are you?
13, 12.
13. Okay, so
you're no, I was 12. Yeah, that's right.
Gotcha.
So basically, I grew my hair out. Really long. Shoulders to the point where it would curl on the shoulders and stuff. It was so bad. Yeah. It was so bad. But I was just whatever, I just won't look at that, right? So it's not really a haircut, it's a lack of haircut, but
gotcha.
And eventually I cut it off, and I can't believe that, I still just sort of facepalm a bit whenever I see the two pictures that exist of me with that hair. But yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So for me, I was in a situation where I was this girl probably likes this style of haircut. So I had a haircut that would have that, particular style. And, let's just say it was really short. And when I say short, it was short in areas and it was long in other areas. And it was just it was just really cringy.
Yeah, I won't say anything.
Yeah, but yeah,
yep.
It was painful.
Yeah, so. This is the kind of thing where it's we're brothers because we we know about these kinds of stories about each other.
Yeah. So yeah, Hina, totally get it, but this is way bigger for you because this is someone moving away.
Fail forward.
And you have a lot to look forward to, but in the same way in that she conquered and survived also the bullying situation from junior high, middle school, and stuff like that, and made it through okay through the help of her family and Ray, and even the faculty. It's going to be tough for her at this new school if she's not willing to kind of take those difficult steps forward. If she's not willing to basically take and put in that effort,
she'll do fine.
I think she'll do great, but I think that it's naive to say that everything will be daijobu like perfectly just because
it's life, it'll be messy.
Yeah, it's life, it'll be messy.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that we can guarantee with Hina is that she will keep putting in the effort.
Yep.
And that's maybe the tying bit I want to bring up between Hina and what they did with the beginning part of the episode. And that is that Hina was the fighter. Hina was the one that made it through the journey, the struggle of the whole bullying situation. It was the other people that basically were the equivalent of the support. They did nothing for her, basically. Like that was a whole theme of the bullying stuff, was that Hayashida was like, we can't just do everything for her. That can make things worse. We need to basically just be there.
And yet that's everything.
And that's everything.
Yeah.
And that is what ended up happening, was that Hina took specific steps that were risky, that were painful, that were not easy. And that effort brought her to where she is today.
With that haircut.
You
see a man walking down the street with a hat like that, he ain't afraid of anything. Damn straight.
You see a girl walking down the street with a haircut like that,
she ain't afraid of anything. Yep.
Oh my God. So that's the end of season 2. March comes in like a lion.
Thank you for getting us to watch this show. Like, I know we've said it before, but
this show is special.
We're already like getting other people to watch it. So
yeah. People outside of like channel connections and stuff like that. Big thing I want to shout out season 2 as a whole for is really going hard, I would say, in the character development for characters beyond Ray.
Yeah.
Now,
like that first episode with Kyoko and frickin' Goto, yeah.
There were a lot of things in season 2 that made it a clear upgrade from season 1.
Yes.
But it wasn't just the fact that we had the catharsis of having Ray being beyond a lot of his own darkness and his own kind of drowning struggle, the whole metaphor of him constantly swimming against the current. It was the characters that they decided to give development to and actually give that focus in addition to what they were doing with Ray, and then just nailed it. Just absolutely hit the ball out of the park.
Yep. And I feel like a lot of the positive feelings that we're able to have about this season are in no small part due to the fact that a lot of the heaviness that we got through Ray from the first season, we don't have to deal with quite as much anymore, which makes it so that when the hard points come, it hurts, and like with Hina, we feel for Hina, but at the same time, I was way more like hopeful in a lot of ways,
absolutely.
Than like I was in general in the first season. Not that I didn't think Ray'd be okay, but, and again, personal shout out for just this show in general, but especially this season, all the way they use the empty space in conversations, and every time they take those pregnant pauses and they just linger on a character's expression or anything really. It's fantastic. It's really not done. It's not done unintentionally or callously. There's always intent behind it, and it adds so much to this series. Like, really, without those pregnant pauses, I would enjoy this series much less. In some ways, the series would be much shorter, right?
Sure.
You might be able to have it all fit inside one, nice compact season, right? But
Ray, this is a mellow show.
Yep.
This is a mellow show.
Yeah.
God. I gotta say the music was out of this world this episode.
Oh.
There was a part, and I needed to calm myself down. but the cello like practically like made me like climax in excitement just with how it was like, we're building this scene with Ray and his mom, and and I'm just like, yeah. Cellos have a emotional, like they're an emotional trigger for me in a positive, like crying, happy way.
Well, right, because it's like taking strings, like just, you know, like in general, you have a violin, but let's give it like more power, right? And it's just, it hits hard.
Yeah, that part was really special. They had comedy in the finale. I'm impressed that they managed to fit that in here. And in fact, it was almost like in the like, this is a comedic episode kind of vein, right? Because they separated the like, this is a weird director's choice, but they chose to have the bit with Ray and the mom
before the opening.
What I think that is to basically prime you for the
change in tone.
The change in tone because of how much regarding that part is in the past.
Sure.
They're always discussing the past really in that scene.
Yep.
So this opening is reflective of where Ray and the other characters' journey is in the present.
Right.
So it would be disingenuous to have that OP be before that bit there. But the fact that that bit was so long and they still had the OP like 7 minutes into the episode or something, it was a really really cool choice. It was just a weird choice because I was like, oh wait, what?
And they dealt with Ray's foster family. Like, I didn't expect it to be with the mom, but
you thought Kyoko.
Yeah, I thought Kyoko,
like, and they weren't even going to do anything else,
or just like the family in general, you know. But instead they had it the mom and just the mom, and it's like,
right.
I absolutely did not expect that. I'm glad that it involved the family, but then once they did that and it's like, no, this is just with the mom, I was like, yes, this is perfect.
Yeah, like, we had a criticism actually a while back of, I wish the mom had a little bit more character focus. And we were just she seems to be kind of a fly on the wall mom, and that's okay, but...
And maybe that says something about how the dynamic went back then.
And we literally predicted that it's probably because of how the dynamic is that she was basically shut down or shut up basically over the course of the whole thing.
And they did kind of like say that back then, but
now we get this and we go, we know exactly what happened.
Well, and we get that resolution there, which is so important. But
so that's it.
So good.
Y'all. That's March Comes In Like a Lion season 2.
Yep.
Looking forward to season 3. Let's call it into being, y'all.
That's right. You've got the merchandise money, Shaft. You can make it happen. Yeah. Oh man.
Shaft just casually like cracks its knuckles, like, so shall we begin? You know, like, shall we do this again? You know, I would love it. So, y'all, March Comes In Like a Lion season 2 finale. And now we're moving over into Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinjo.
Yep.
A legendary anime with a lot of reputation behind it. Also a second season apparently that like blew everyone's minds.
Yeah.
And I'm hyped. So next week that's starting. If you want to see the first episode's reaction to Rakugo right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. If we don't have any issues with the copyright kind of stuff there, you could get full-length reactions there. Also, any level of support gets you access to our Discord where you can chat with us about March Comes In Like a Lion, about Rakugo with maybe more of the community there since we haven't seen any of it yet. You can get involved in all kinds of wacky stuff going on there as well. And you can also talk with Jacob about his book.
Yes, advert time. My sci-fi novel, Battle Lines, is still available for order on Amazon. Links in the description below, so go check it out. And if you do get it, make sure to leave a review to let people know what you think.
Yeah, and if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.